live. Awesome. So, you want to introduce yourself real quick, sir?
Yeah, I'm Dan Piercy of dpiercy's Comics. I have a column called The Reading Pile where I review books on CBSI, comic book speculation and investing. Comicbookspeculation.com and dpiercy'scomics.com takes you right to that link. Yeah,
Oh, perfect. There you go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So,
Yep, and I recognize you from the CBCS Comics Forum.
yep.
Yep, you have a big presence there. Any social media you want to plug real quick?
Yeah, the only thing I really do is Instagram, Dan underscore Piercy. I probably should set up a D Piercy's Comics account, but haven't bothered to yet. So yeah.
That's all right. Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there. No problem at all. So, start off here. How long you been collecting, and what got you into collecting?
All right. I We're going back here. In 1977, I was 9 years old. I had the flu, and my parents brought home some comics, and I remember distinctly Amazing Spider-Man 166. It was an issue with the Lizard and the Stegron, and Spider-Man in the 70s was magical. You had the Romita Senior covers, you had Ross Andrew interiors, and I think Wine was doing the writing. But anyways, that really got me into Spider-Man as a 9-year-old, and I think I went back from there a little bit further to the Doctor Octopus Ghost of Hammerhead stories, and yeah, I was hooked there for a few years, and then as a teenager, I fell out of it. And then after I graduated high school around 1988, I got back into Spider-Man. And this was like McFarlane era. So this is around
Okay.
298, 299, 300. I bought those comics off of a spinner rack at a 7-Eleven and didn't take very good care of them, unfortunately. And actually sold them way, way, way too soon before they got hot. And then again, in mid to late 20s, lost interest again. And then around 2005, with the Sin City movie coming out, I started getting back into just like reading graphic novels. Then I picked up a Walking Dead graphic novel, and mind was kind of blown, and started buying the floppies, as the kids say,
Okay.
buying single issues, and it's been full steam ever since.
So, are you more of a single issue kind of guy, or are you a graphic novel, or do you kind of go either way? You know, if you like a story, you get the graphic novel, so you don't gotta mess with the single issues.
No, I mean I'm full on floppies, single
Okay.
issues now. I mean, it's great having the self-contained arcs with the graphic novels, but I pick up the stuff like that I think my wife will like, and she's into it. I mean, she's really into what is she reading? Paper Girls. She likes Monstrous. She was reading Outcast for a while. She likes Walking Dead. Some of the more common stuff, but yeah. So
Everyone's into The Walking Dead right now. Super hot series. Honestly, I'm surprised the TV show has lasted as long as it did. Even the show is awesome. Have you been keeping up with the show at all?
yeah, I mean, I think it's odd because I mean, you read message boards
Yep.
and stuff. I mean, among comic fans, the show gets a lot of what is the word? Animosity
Yeah.
and vitriol, if I'm pronouncing that
Sure.
right. And but I mean, it's been the same formula since day one. I've never thought the show was incredible. I found it entertaining.
Yeah.
I still think it's entertaining. And I really thought they did themselves a disservice by like killing off Carl and killing off Rick and blah 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 blah. They were doing that because what seemed like because the actors wanted to do other things. But I mean, it is a soap opera. Why not just replace the actors? But
Yeah,
they seem to be a good job mixing it up. So
sure.
keeps it interesting, different from the comics. So
It is.
hey,
It really is. Do you have a story or a run at all that is near and dear to your heart at all?
wow. In general, Walking Dead. What?
In general, your
Uh,
that you can't if you had to sell all of your collection, but you could keep one issue or one run or stuff by a particular artist that you would keep.
yeah, that's hard. I mean, I mean, I'm older now, so it's not like I'm like, oh, precious. I'm more into just like reading new stuff every week. But I mean, if you ask that question, I mean, Watchmen and Dark Knight Returns. I
Dark Knight
mean,
Returns.
you can always, you know, return to those every couple of years and still enjoy the hell out of them.
Yeah, that's something that not only I could read several times, but my children when they get of that age, they could read it, and their grandchildren. That's a story that, in my opinion, it'll never die. The Dark Knight Returns is one of those stories that just will never die. Next question: do you have any cool autographs?
I do. Reach down on my stack here. Here's one I got off the CBC boards. Is there glare there?
Oh no, I can see that. It's
okay,
tough to
cool.
see who the signature, but
Yeah,
I
it's
definitely see the cover.
this is Natalie Sanders,
Natalie Sanders. Okay,
and this was all orchestrated through the CBCS boards.
great.
I forgot who the facilitator was for this,
Shout
but
out to whoever that is.
yeah, well, I've got it actually in my. I should research this better, but um,
Now, what is that a particular variant or?
yeah, this is anniversary special, and Natalie Sanders, who a lot of people, including myself, are a fan of. She
Yeah.
did a run. She did a run of 3 covers, and this particular one was only available at. Come on, I should say the convention, right?
Okay, so it's a particular convention exclusive.
Yeah,
Okay,
and the facilitator actually picked this up at the convention and had her sign it for me.
that is really nice.
Yeah, and it was effortless, and I was quite pleased.
Yeah.
And here's one I got at. So you're in Pennsylvania.
I am.
You've heard of the Lexington Comic Con?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I went there. I didn't go there this year, but the last 2 years I went. And I am a pro wrestling fan, a big Ric Flair fan.
I remember
And
those days. I used to love watching Ric Flair.
yeah, and I met Ric Flair last year and had him sign this. He
That's
signed it.
awesome.
This is an embossed cover. The Sharpie didn't take the ink so well.
That's all right. Hey, you got it slabbed. You got it authenticated. That's all that matters.
Yeah. And then right behind me there,
Oh, I see it right up top. Yeah.
that's the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman.
So Gal Gadot signed that one.
Yep.
Oh, you're so lucky. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
I did that book.
That's a cool pickup. Where'd you get that one? Did you meet her in person or?
I wish. No, actually, I got that relatively cheap, $200.
Okay.
At, it was the first round of autographs she did, and I a facilitator off the CGC boards actually got that for me. So
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah. It's probably one of the cornerstones of my collection. Yeah.
It would be anybody's collection for sure. Definitely mine. I know I'd display that one loud and proud. So there was a rumor not too long ago. I think you might have a good view on this. I don't think it's going to happen, but there was a rumor spreading around that Marvel was no longer going to print comics. I don't think that's going to happen, but let's say it guaranteed was going to happen. What kind of damage do you think would that do on the industry?
I mean, that's not happening. You and I both
Yeah,
know
right,
that.
right, right.
Um,
I just thought it was an interesting topic. I like to get everyone's two
it
cents on it.
is. It is. I mean, hypothetically, if the publishers were like, "Well, it's no longer
All
profitable
digital, yep.
to do books anymore," I mean, do you know what that would do to the covers, to the prices of print books? I mean, it would go crazy. Maybe not immediately, but within a decade, it certainly would.
Oh, for sure. And some of those books that might just be a couple of dollars slabbed. I mean, I think they would skyrocket in price.
Yeah, and I mean, as 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 expensive as comics are to produce, hiring a writer, an artist, the inker, the colorist, etc. I mean, compared to making a motion picture or uh, a TV show, it's so much cheaper. So
Yeah.
they'll never do that.
No, no, I
But
don't think that they will. But
it's fun to talk about, I guess.
it is. It is. I think it was on Bleeding Cool. I think I'll have a link to the article. I think I have it saved, but I think I read it on Bleeding Cool, and everyone knows that they're 100% trustworthy all the time.
Yeah.
Um, um, Another news: Major X controversy. What do you think,
Uh,
Mr. Liefeld?
I mean, that came out what last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
I don't know. I'm always hit and miss with Liefeld stuff. I passed on that. I wish. I mean, I wish I bought it as a quick flip. Might have paid for this week's books or whatever. As far as how he feels about the first appearance of that Spider-Man Deadpool 47, I don't know. I don't care.
Right, right. It doesn't really bother me. I don't really do a whole lot of Marvel, so it's whatever for me. But how do you feel that he said that he's not going to sign any Spider-Man 47s? Period.
It's his prerogative. It
True.
doesn't bother him. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, he's done weird things as far as his signings, as far as charging more when he notices the CGC or CBCS witness charging more for whatever book. But it's his prerogative. I mean, he's aware of this stuff going on, so you know, it doesn't bother me. You know,
Right.
do what you want.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I wish it wasn't that way, but
I'm a firm believer in artists and writers getting their quote their fair share of they should be compensated. But yeah, I mean it's he can do whatever he wants. My opinion, you should sign whatever you want. You don't have to sign whatever you want, but the fact that he's coming straight out and said don't even bother, I think slightly childish. But again, you're right. He can do whatever he wants.
well, I mean, I read, I saw that the Collider interview. He was very excited. I mean, when I hear this stuff, it's like he's a dick. I don't like him, etc. But then when you hear about him, when you actually look at interviews with him, he's very excited about what he's doing, and it's just his opinion. So.
It is. It is. It is. What are some of the coolest keys in your collection?
Coolest keys. Yeah.
What's on the drink menu there?
Uh,
Taft's IPA.
yeah. This is out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
This is a citrusy IPA. It's pretty good.
I'm going old school with Paps.
I saw that. PBR. You know, I don't really have a ton of keys, but I do have.
Ooh, and a 9.8 as well.
It's a glare bad offset.
Yeah, I can tell what it is for sure.
All right. So yeah. I actually bought this off the CBCS boards, and I got this for a really, really cheap price of $1,200.
Wow.
Which was about and this was only a couple of years ago too. So it was about $500 less than and the market at the time. And there is some, you won't be able to see this, but there's a little bit of wear you would not expect
Okay.
for a 9.8, and that's why I got it so cheap. Yeah.
Really? Was it already slabbed or?
Yeah, it said it.
Okay.
It said it in the grader notes, and this was actually in a rivet label. And I sent it to get the newer CBCS label, and they didn't try to ding me. So
Good.
what are you gonna do? But so yeah. But I always do. Yeah, it's my 9.8. But there's this little bit of wear up here. You got to be
Still cool.
You got to be forthcoming, right?
Absolutely. You take what you can get. It's a
Yeah.
cool key for sure.
That is. Yeah, I'm mostly into more obscure stuff. Um, are you familiar with Wonder Woman books at all?
Yes.
Like that Wonder Woman Finch 38,
Yes. Is that when?
the booty shorts.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Would you consider that a key? No, that's
Um,
just a hot. That's a hot variant.
I guess a hot variant would be considered a key. Yeah.
Yeah, I owned that for a little while, and I sold it. And also the Wonder Woman 184, the Hughes retro variant. I had
Right.
that, and I sold it. I don't know. Some of these things, I get them in hand, and I'm like, and then I don't know, that enthusiasm wears off a little bit, and I let them go. So, but that BA12, I've held on to. So
That's cool, man. Good for you. Hats off. What does your collection mostly consist of? Is it mostly DC, mostly Marvel, or do you got a mix? You got some independents?
all over the place. When people say, "Are you Marvel or DC?" I'm like, "I'm Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse,
All of it.
everything." Yeah, just I buy previews, whatever looks interesting. I check out the comics heating up, what's coming out for the week. CBSI, Simple Man's Comics, does a really good video with what's coming out. So yeah, Independence, Marvel, DC, I do it all, and slabs and raw and graded.
Slabs and raw. Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
same boat. I don't know if you can tell behind me here. I'll do a quick shot. I got my little comic book wall I got here. These are all
A lot of
autographed.
DC,
In fact,
DC
99%.
Homer. Yeah,
99% of my collection is DC. Not that I was, a DC fanboy, but that's just how I was introduced to comics was through DC, and I learned about Marvel Comics. By that time, I was already impressed with what DC was. I never heard of Iron Man. I'm originally from Iowa, real small town in Iowa. It was lucky that I got any comic books at all, but it's mostly DC, a pinch of Marvel, some Dark Horse, some Ninja Turtles. I'm a huge Alien and Predator fan, so I got just odd collection of that. But this is all the autographs. If it's on the wall, it's an autograph.
oh, that's cool.
But yeah, mostly I got big giant fireproof safe behind me that holds about 3,000 issues. So got that's the collection.
Yeah, I definitely tend to buy more like DC or Marvel. Like when I was growing up, I definitely liked Marvel more, but I think DC tells better stories these days. And but I mean, as far as Marvel goes, I really like Conan. I'm reading both Savage Sword of Conan and the Jason Aaron Conan, and I was reading Thor for a little while. And God, is there another Marvel title I'm reading? It's escaping me. There must be, but yeah.
So we have a Twitch question. It's for me, but I'm going to ask it to you as well. He's asking what my favorite Marvel book was. I kind of like the Incredible Hulk books, all of them. I just like all Incredible Hulk
Yeah.
books. What about you, sir?
Yeah, Immortal Hulk. That's the other one. I forgot. Yeah, Conan, Immortal Hulk, and Thor is what I've been reading. The question was favorite Marvel books.
Favorite Marvel books by CB
Yeah.
Man. Shout out to CB Man.
Comic Book Man.
Comic Book Man. Yeah, yes. Yeah, you're
from
right.
CBCS boards.
Yep. Comic Book Man.
That guy's badass.
Maybe we'll get him on next.
Yeah, you should. I love Spider-Man in the '70s. I think Spider-Man in the '70s was really epic. and I'm digging Immortal Hulk right now, and Conan right now. Yeah, so
Conan and Immortal Hulk. That's a surprisingly, it's a Marvel's hit that one out of the park. That Immortal Hulk. Hopefully, they keep the train going. They don't try to pull something out of the air.
are you reading that now?
I digitally, yes, I'm keeping up with it, but it's good. It's really
I think it's
good.
very good. I haven't. I haven't. I mean, it's crazy how people like latch onto this and become the books become skyrocketing expensive. And I haven't thought of it of in terms of best Hulk run ever, but it's definitely up there. Like Planet Hulk, I think was another incredible arc for Hulk. So yeah,
Mr. Siggs wants to know if you will be making goofy faces online.
me. Don't I
Yep.
always? I'm making goofy faces now, aren't I? Right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's jump over to the DCEU real quick. The movie verse.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're turning the ship around with Marvel, Aquaman, and Shazam. Got 3 home runs. What can they do to keep the momentum going, in your opinion, as a fan, of course?
Huh. Oh man, when you talk about the DCU, I'm a DC homer. Suicide Squad, it wasn't good,
I still
but
liked it though. I thought
I
it was
liked it
good.
too. There was a lot of stuff I liked there. It just seemed like they seemed to film it at different times, and it was disjointed, and it almost seemed like they lost focus, different writers, whatever. But the characterization of Harley was great. I'm not a big Jared Leto fan as Joker, but it was cool. I liked
It was a
it.
different take.
Yeah, yep. You know, I liked Aquaman, but I was really psyched for it. I wanted it to like change my life or something. Didn't, but it was very good. Saw Shazam. Shazam was good. They gave away all the funny stuff in the trailer. Hate that, but it was good. Um, Wonder Woman was good. Wonder Woman was great. I love Wonder Woman. Huge Wonder Woman fan.
Yeah,
There's that.
it was a great
I
movie.
I enjoyed the hell out of Justice League,
I liked it
although
too. Yeah,
even though it got lukewarm reviews. I really like Batfleck.
yeah. That's a
Um,
shame he's gone. I thought he did a great Batman.
yeah. He really did. And I really wish they would just give us a good Harley Quinn movie. I think the world is ready. Um,
Yes, I think with the right director, and if they don't rush it out and they take their time, I think it could be a good movie.
I mean, they've got their actress, so why wait until Margot Robbie is too old or has gained too much weight to do the character justice? But she is a complex character. I mean, her origins are based in humor, but then there's the psychopath Harley as well. So, I mean, do you walk that line? I think you can. What they're doing with the Joker movie, you've seen the trailer for that, right?
Yep, absolutely.
I mean,
Joaquin Phoenix. Oh, it looks so
I,
good.
I think just keeping it interesting like that. I mean, I looked at that and I'm like, God, this is outside of continuity, but it's awesome. As long as you can accept that, it had a really it had a '70s vibe. Although I think it's taking place in the '80s. I
I
don't
think
know.
so. Yeah.
It looked incredible to me, as long as you're okay with it being outside of continuity.
Yeah,
So,
hey, it's a standalone Joker movie. Don't just take it for what it is. Here's another Twitch question for you. What comic or superhero would you like to see in a movie that doesn't have one?
yeah. I mean, it's cheating to say Harley because she's already been in Suicide Squad. Gosh, I mean, Batgirl would be interesting. I mean, can we get a Ric Flair movie?
That'd be cool.
He's not really a
He
superhero,
just had a
but
wedding not too long ago. I don't know if you know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's like his sixth marriage.
Wendy,
Yeah.
yeah. I follow
Yes.
him and her on
Marriage number
social media.
6.
And I mean, a good Hulk movie.
A good Hulk movie. Okay, yeah.
Don't we deserve that? Maybe a Flaming Carrot movie.
What sounds like The Question and Doctor Fate are in line to get movies. I think a real good, question noir type of film would do really well.
Oh, and now thinking about the indies, I mean, it would be nice to see a Bone movie.
That'd be good.
Jeff Smith. If anyone read Rassel, Romance at the Speed of Life, that's another Jeff Smith property. I think we deserve something from Eric Powell.
Yeah,
Goon, Hillbilly. I mean, those are all amazing properties just waiting to be mined. So
exactly. I think I got a couple more here. Total books in your collection. How many total do you got?
God,
Rough guess.
I mean, I have this bookshelf. Then I have 7 long boxes in my basement. My whole thing is I don't want to dedicate more than a room of my house to my books. So I try to excuse me. I try to sell as much as I bring in, and it's a self-sustaining hobby at that point.
There you go. There you go.
So I have no idea other than this bookshelf and like 7 short boxes, however many a short box holds. Yeah.
Comic Book Man says, "What about the original Android Torch? Would that be cool? What are your thoughts?"
The original Human Torch, Toro, is that what you're saying?
It says original Android Torch.
Ask him to clarify.
Comic Book Man, you're on the clock. Clarify. Live action Teen Titans from Super Shauna. She wants to see live action Teen Titans. Toro. Okay, sorry, Toro. The original Android Toro.
I'm familiar with that. I've read some of that. I think it's cool. It's been years, so I'd be into that. Hey, yeah.
Make a decent movie. What are the... here, I'll give you some speculation here on movies. Guillermo del Toro is rumored to be directing Justice League Dark. He was off of it. Now I guess he's back on Justice League Dark. Wouldn't that be a sweet movie?
Interesting. I have some Justice League Dark comics that I bought for the covers, but I don't know much about the story other than...
Sounds like Colin Farrell? Colin Farrell, yeah. Colin Farrell is rumored to play John Constantine.
Yeah. That would be interesting. He's definitely got the smoking down for the character.
That's true. That's
So.
true. Jesse69 says, "I'd like to see a villain-focused movie about the Joker." Well, I guess that's we're getting a Joker origin movie shortly.
I think we're getting that.
Yeah. Personally, I'd like to see an Injustice movie. Like right now, we have an established Lex Luthor. We have a Deathstroke. We have a Black Manta. We're gonna have a Cheetah here shortly with the Wonder Woman movie. So the bigger ones are already there, but that would be pretty sweet.
Do you play Injustice at all?
I did. I still play it on my phone. I've got Injustice 1. I've got Injustice 2. But yeah, I see where you're going. Like an Injustice Universe movie. That would also be really cool.
Yeah. Do they still publish the Injustice comic? They don't.
They do. Actually, no. I think they just ended Injustice 2. Funny you say that. I have every Injustice comic they've ever made.
I have some of the Harley Comics ones, and I do enjoy playing the mobile game, and I hear it's a better experience on PS4, but I enjoy the hell out of the game on my iPad and phone. So,
on
yeah.
YouTube, if you ever have some time to yourself, someone took all the cutscenes in the video game and made it into a big movie.
Oh wow!
So it's you get that movie experience without actually being a movie, and it's really good story. Somehow they kill Shazam for some reason, but whatever. Jesse69, nice to see you, bro. He's Jesse from the CBCS forums as well. Jesse O.
Oh, the moderator?
Yep.
Oh wow! Hey Jesse.
Nitro.
Don't ban me, Jesse.
Yeah, right. Don't ban us, man. Nitro Blade says, "Have you heard the leaks for the new character Ice Willow come? I heard he's going some sick abilities. Would you love to hear? Love to hear what you think."
No, I haven't heard of that. What is that? Gosh.
Nitro Blade, you're on the clock. Jesse is laughing. LOL. Jesse O from the CBCS forums.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about CBCS. Can you see that?
Yep, there it is. Wonder Woman. Is that a Gal Gadot sketch?
Actually, this is Linda Carter.
Or Linda Carter. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Chadwick Harland, who specializes in photorealistic art. Is there too much glare? Can you see that?
Nope, I can see it clear as day.
Yeah. But this shows off the CBCS art label, and his handler has solicited projects on the boards there every once in a while, and this one turned out really well.
It did.
It's one of the cornerstones of my collection. So
now, is that one that you? I know you said the artist, but was he at a convention that you were at, or?
God, how did I meet Chadwick? Man, I don't even remember. But I got on his mailing list somehow, and he was having like Black Friday sales, and I mean, he is that good. I didn't even need to give him a photo. Well, I gave him photo reference, but I mean, it's like, your browser window. Oh, you do that. He's like, oh yeah, I think that'd be perfect. And I mean, this is like to the dime, almost to the photo. I mean, you see all the graphite and all that, but it's
How
really
long
fun.
did that take? Do you know? Did he say?
It took a while. It
Okay.
did take a while. I think. I think maybe he was. We did it like day after Thanksgiving. Maybe I got to see the final product in January, and I maybe got it back in February or March. I mean, that's not too bad, but
No, that's not bad at all. And
yeah.
did he submit it to CBCS himself?
His handlers took
His
care
handler
of it.
did. Okay.
CBCS, yeah.
Perfect. No problem. That's awesome.
Yeah, the art label, the CBCS designation. It's really fun.
Yeah, I love it when artists collaborate with CGC, CBCS, so you can order from their website or something. You don't have to go to their convention exclusively to get their stuff. You can just buy from Bob. He submits it to CBCS for you, so you still get that nice yellow. You got to meet him in person. All that good stuff. So, ultimate question: who wins, the Avengers or the Justice League?
I prefer the Justice League. I mean, so hey, yes, I'd say Justice League.
Comic Book Man says, "Yep, go ahead, finish." I'm sorry.
I say that with my tail between my legs because the Avengers are awesome. But I mean, you got Superman and Wonder Woman; they're gods. But I love Thor too. Thor's a god. So
Thor's a god.
What are you gonna do?
There is a YouTube channel called Bat in the Sun, which is I don't know if you heard of it, but they do a weekly show called Superhero Beatdown. It's these people that have access to high quality studio equipment for movies, and they pin one character against another. They got all the CGI, I mean, in there, and it's really cool. They did they do all kinds of weird stuff like Batman versus Wolverine or Wolverine versus Predator.
So you check this out. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Check it out. Bat in the Sun. Just YouTube Bat in the Sun. First thing that comes up. So, Comic Book Man has a question for you. He says, I must know three things. What's the signature Wonder Woman book? I'm sure he's talking about your Gal Gadot back there.
Yeah.
The beer bottle on the shelf.
Yeah.
And did you build the TIE Fighter?
All right, hold on.
Here you go, man. This one's for you.
Yeah, the Hellboy bottle is worth showing off because I was just going on a weekly beer run, and this is a Hellboy beer, and this is apparently one of 6 from a gigantic brewing company out of Portland, Oregon. And this beer, maple syrup pancakes beer, as gross as that sounds, this was quite awesome. And I got to say, I love this bottle. So yeah,
That is pretty cool.
yeah. Definitely. I built that. I built that Tie Fighter with my nephew. It probably took about I don't know. It took more than 3 hour sessions. It took us a while,
Jeez.
but it's an awesome piece though. So, and my signature Wonder Woman book would either be that sketch cover I just showed, or that signature series. But I have a ton of Jim Lee Wonder Woman sketch covers too that I really covet and enjoy.
Yeah, I think he was referring to what is the sketch or the signature on the Wonder
Oh
Woman book
yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
It's Godot.
Gal Gadot. That's cool.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Any items in your room that aren't books, TIE fighters, or rare Funko Pops, etc.? Oh, he's talking to me. No, I only have comic books. That's it. I got nothing else, man. I got a beer. My PlayStation's in here, but that's about it. Do you collect Funko Pops at all, or
Um,
pick up the cool one every now and then?
yeah, I buy them for my nephew, and I'm definitely intrigued. So you don't follow pro wrestling anymore?
Uh, I have family that does, so I hear about it. I never really need to.
Yeah, there's a
It's been so long
Japanese
since I've been seeing it, so I'm so far behind.
there's a Japanese gal named Asuka, and she has some Funko Pops. I know I'm going to get one of those. I've seen. It just depends on what catches my eye. I really don't want to get into collecting toys just because of space reasons, but I mean, I don't know. I definitely want an Asuka Funko Pop, and the Batman Who Laughs Funko Pop is really cool. Have you seen that?
Yes,
It's cool. So
very cool.
I'm a fan. I don't know if I'm purchasing, but yeah.
Jesse O says for variants, what either of you prefer, color, black and white, or sketch covers? For me, I'm all about. I want to know who the artist is. So if I go to a lot of conventions, hey, can I get this one signed? Is he going to be there? Is it cool?
Yeah, for me, I'm a guy who draws a little bit, so I really love to see these. Can you see that? Is
Yeah.
it glare? These are Alex Ross, Planet of the Apes sketch variants. I love to see the pencil marks of what they're doing before it's colored. Here's another one, and it's like because Alex Ross is famous for painted work. To see his pencils before he lays down any paint is really so. But I'm like everyone else as far as variants. It's like whatever catches the eye. So, but I'm a sucker for a good pencil sketch variant.
Yeah, pencil sketch variants are really cool. I'm trying to think if I have any cool variants along the wall. I really enjoy Yannick Paquette's stuff. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He does a lot of DC stuff.
Yeah.
He's up in Montreal. Lee Weeks, everybody loves Lee Weeks.
Yeah.
I'm also a collector of random crossovers. It's something I will admit to liking. So here's Green Lantern, Planet of the Apes.
I have some of those. I have some of those books too. I have some of the, as goofy as that crossover was.
Yeah.
It had some great covers.
Yeah, and I got this one signed too by Justin Jordan in Baltimore.
That's cool.
Yeah, but that's the only reason I subscribed to it. And I was at the LCS, and they said, "Do you want Green Lantern, Planet of the Apes?" I said, "Of course I do."
So, before I forget, are you reading Doomsday Clock and
Yep.
Heroes in Crisis?
Both of those. Yep. Both of
Opinions?
those. Without giving away spoilers, but I loved it. I mean, it's the story isn't over, but yeah, I think it's a great story. I can kind of curious as to where they're going to end with Doctor Manhattan on the Doomsday Clock side, but Heroes in Crisis, they set it up for something epic, and I hope they finish on a strong note for sure.
Yeah. Doomsday Clock has been incredibly strong from issue to issue. The way, I mean, how are they doing it? It's like an issue a quarter, it seems like, and almost an issue every 6 months sometimes. If they were more regular with the schedule, it'd be, but every issue has been really, really enjoyable. Whereas Heroes in Crisis to me has jumped around a little bit more. There are elements to that I like and elements I don't like. I like how they're doing. I like how Tom King is doing Psycho Harley,
Yeah, for sure.
and I kind of wonder if both those books are leading to up to like a murder of Superman, and that has to do with DC deceased, whatever. Probably not, but
How did you think when referring to Heroes in Crisis, the Booster Gold Harley Quinn interaction when they referring to the dead hero?
um,
Did you think that was the one they were going to off?
um, no, I would have to. Well, I mean, are you talking about the near murder of
Yeah,
Booster Gold?
yeah.
That didn't. I mean, that didn't surprise me.
Okay, so you saw that coming.
Well, I didn't see it coming, but it didn't surprise me. I mean,
Okay, good. Yeah.
I could have I could have seen it go either way, but I mean,
So which would you as of right now? Which is the stronger story, Doomsday Clock or Heroes in Crisis?
I would say Doomsday Clock. I mean, there are elements to Heroes in Crisis that I love and that really make me go wow. But Doomsday Clock has been more consistent.
I really enjoy the interactions between Batman and is it still who's the gosh, is it still Wallace? Is he still the
Owlman or whatever.
face guy? I'm drawing a blank.
Rorschach.
Yeah. Is
They
Wallace?
seem to abandon that, but
Okay.
I remember that. And I like the marionettes. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
It's like that had to be some kind of multiverse Harley Quinn, but
Yeah,
they've kind of run away from that. So
yeah, and that was kind of like a one and done.
yeah,
So I mean, it was cool to see it, but they haven't really dwelled on it very much. But
yeah.
that's okay. Last couple questions here. Any particular issues we need to be on the lookout for that you foresee? Whether we're talking speculation or just really cool to throw in the collection.
Yeah, I mean, while I dabble in speculation, I am not the best at that. Did you read the Old Lady Harley series?
Digitally, I did. I'm not a huge Harley Quinn fan for some reason, but I always at least keep up with the story.
I mean, that series surprised me. I thought it was very good.
It was good.
I mean, as far as Harley Quinn goes, people seem to hate like her humor title, but her origins are in humor. So WTF? And the Old Lady Harley series, I think I was it 5 or 6 issues? I can't remember. But I liked all but like one of those issues. It was just a really nice blend of adventure and humor and just craziness. So yeah, I mean that's my pick for underrated series.
Underrated series. Any cool independents coming out that you can think of that would be just really cool?
I would say always pick up Eric Powell stuff.
Or pile stuff.
And Albatross Funny Books.
Albatross Funny Books. Those are always good recommendations. Mad Magazine, I've been seeing getting some steam for some reason. I enjoy Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is a good stopping point. Actually, Comic Book Man says, if beer isn't on the menu, what goes with that shot glass on the top shelf? Is that a Hulk? Is that a red Hulk?
Now let me get it. Now this is cool. This is a Thing pint glass.
Thing, cool.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got this in my wedding anniversary in November at this really obscure comic book shop, and Cleveland. So I don't have I drank out of this. I don't think I have. It's that cool. I put it right on the mantle over there. So
Comic Book Man also has a question: is Adam DC's answer to Marvel's Ant-Man in the future Justice League movie?
okay, say that again. What?
Is the Ray Palmer DC's
Oh yeah,
Adam, is that the answer to Marvel's Ant-Man in the Justice League movie?
It certainly seems like the parallel is there, right? I think you'd agree.
Yeah, for sure. Ray Palmer's one of my top 10 heroes of all time. I really
Is
like
that confirmed?
I don't know. I don't think it's confirmed. I think he's just kind of playing around with a what if, but
Spitballing.
I think
Yeah.
it would be really cool to see the Atom in a Justice League movie for sure. I don't think they can give him a solo movie because it's very similar to Ant-Man. Same thing with, Aquaman and Namor. They can't
Yeah,
have a
it's like
King of Atlantis movie side by side. They get
who
confused.
who gets there first.
Yeah, right. I guess first one to come out with a movie gets it. So that's why Arthur is King of Atlantis. Namor has to step aside.
I agree.
All right, so I think that's a good time for me. Thank you so much for your time. Any last plug for your social media, sir, or your website?
No, I mean just dpiercy's comics. I wanted to give a shout out to people who supported me along the way. CBSI, Paul Widerhold, Brian Wood, Andy Tomberlin, Adam Ledneck, Clint Johnson, Bency, and yeah, that's it. How long did we go? Did we go 60 minutes?
About 50.
Okay,
About 50
cool.
minutes. That's
I'm down with that.
yeah. That's real cool. Comic Book Man says same time next week.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
uh, yeah.
All right.
It's all you though, Tony.
I'm sure we can figure something out. But hey, thanks for your insight. Lots of knowledge. I'm jealous of a lot of your collection.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
No problem. And shout out to everyone watching live. We'll be in touch, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Tony.
Hey, you bet. No problem.
Bye.
Bye.